Another really cool technique with mid-side EQ that you can use is on atmospheres. Now, typically with EQ, you don't want to be boosting super dramatically because it can not sound real and authentic and can kind of give these weird flavors that aren't that pleasant to hear. But with mid-side EQ, you can be a lot more dramatic with it, especially on like an atmosphere or a Foley type effect that you're just trying to create kind of space in the upper frequencies. So I've got up right here, just sort of like a nice subtle breakdown part where someone would be singing over it, kind of more like the intro or verse section of a track. And I've got this cityscape sound. So first let me just play it without the cityscape, and then I'll turn this on so you can hear what that's doing. Right? So it's this nice texture. It really helps fill out the space of this track and really allows you to not have to have a lot going on because this is so present and kind of filling up that top end. So one thing we can do to kind of make it even more present and fill up more is use a mid-side EQ to boost the side frequencies and on the upper end. And what this will do is it'll make it feel like it's shining through and really popping through the mix. And sometimes when you do this dramatically, it can even you can add these textures that you wouldn't normally hear in the sound because it's so dramatic of a boost. And since this is only happening on the sides, the sound itself isn't like getting too harsh or too too unauthentic, and it just kind of feels like an added layer of noise and energy. And for atmospheres, this can be perfect. So let's play around with listening to this boost. Again, try to focus on the like cityscape here. So it's adding this really cool, like white noisy hiss. And, this obviously you need a ambient layer that has a little bit of noise up there to begin with, but most recordings and most ambient sounds out there will have some material up there. So boosting this pretty dramatically, I mean, we're talking like 12 dB boosts above like 5,000 up here on the sides. And it's just doing a really nice job to add like presence in the atmosphere. Another thing you can do is use an imager to actually widen the sound even more so that a boost like this will do even more to the sound. So you can place an imager on here and just kind of play with boosting these upper frequencies pretty dramatically. So let me just go ahead and A/B kind of both of these things together at the same time so we can hear the dramatic effect this has. So, really adding to the fullness of that and really allows you to just not have as much going on in your mix in certain parts of your track. Like this is really great for intros and verses and kind of breakdowns where you'll probably have a vocal or a lead element being that you want the listener to be focusing on. But this allows you to add kind of just that little bit of extra ambience and atmosphere to the mix so that you don't have to have a lot of other things going on to fill up the space.